Hello and welcome to a new episode on Sadhana World Foundation. Today I want to speak about something which appears to be a great contradiction. On one hand, we are told to detach from results, to just focus on our duty, to be content, to be happy with what we have, to lead a modest life. On the other, all of us in our schools, colleges, families, homes, at our workplaces, in our societies and communities are pushed to pursue excellence, to pursue higher and higher goals. We are rewarded, recognized for the higher level of excellence that we go to. So, on one hand, there is a school of thought which is pushing us to practice detachment. On the other hand, there is another school of thought which is pursuing us, which is pushing us to aim higher, to go for the moon, to go for the heights of the sky. Sometimes these two appear to be contradictory, isn't it? So I looked at the ancient text to think about it deeper. Of course, popularly we all know about Srimad Bhagavad Gita as the verse which asks Arjuna to practice detachment. Lord Sri Krishna reminds all of us that we don't have a control over the results that we get. And we are advised to just focus on our duty. But the question is, what is that duty? The same text tells us that as long as that duty is rooted in your dharma, just pursue that duty and forget about the results. So naturally the question is, I will do whatever best I can do. I should sit back, relax, renounce everything. I will take whatever comes my way. So that's the first school of thought. The interpretation of that verse which is there in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Now think of the other part of it. Let's look at the same text, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. There, in another verse, Sri Krishna pursues with Arjuna to keep fighting, to pick up the fight, and reminds him that it is his duty, it is his purpose to establish the order of dharma, the order of righteousness, the order of balance in the society. And Sri Krishna asks Arjuna to arise, to awaken, and to pursue fight with all his energy until the goals are achieved. While in the Jain text, Buddhist text, even many Western philosophers have also spoken about this concept of detachment, concept of focusing on what is in your control. Here in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in another verse, Sri Krishna is advising Arjuna to arise and to fight with all his energy, all his power, all his determination. Isn't he pushing him for the greatness, for the heights of excellence as a warrior? He is. Think of the Ramayana. There are multiple instances where tight deadlines have been talked about. Lakshman lies senseless on the battlefield. There is sorrow, there is sadness all around. The doctor from the Ram side comes and says to Hanuman to get a particular medicinal plant before the sun rises so that Lakshman can be treated. And Hanuman sets out on a journey with all his passion, energy, dedication, commitment, just to establish the commitment to the purpose that he had. The purpose was to establish the order of good over the evil, the good represented by Ram and the evil represented by Ravan. Hanuman sets out on that journey, gets that medicinal plant. He in fact cannot recognize the medicinal plant because the demons have cast a spell. He uproots the entire mountain and brings that mountain to the battlefield. You may call it history, you may call it mythology, it doesn't matter. What matters is the teaching here. The teaching here is to pursue excellence, to deal with obstacles, whatever they come on the way, with one's complete energy, determination, and commitment. I think these two explain us that we need to follow a middle path, the Madhyama Marga, a balanced approach between detachment and pursuing excellence. Chasing excellence is not a problem. We must chase excellence. We must pursue greatness. But we have to keep the ego aside. We have to make sure that we are rooted on the dharma. We have chosen the path of dharma. The duty, the path that we have chosen is aligned with the principles that we commit to and the principles that the societal order establishes. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear children, thank you very much for thinking about this nuanced approach and not really think that these two are two different paths, divergent paths, or contradictory paths. They are not contradictory. We must detach our mind from the outcomes, and at the same time, we must follow excellence. We must follow loftier and loftier goals as much as we can with all our energy, intellect, and wisdom. Thank you very much.